What if the lights went out, not just in your city or even on the entire planet, but the ultimate light source itself? Imagine the sun just vanishing. Not forever, but for a single, solitary second. Poof, gone. What would happen in that one tiny moment of cosmic blackout? You might think, it's just a second, how bad could it be? Well, while we wouldn't freeze instantly, that 1 second would unleash a chain reaction of chaos, sending our planet on a journey it was never meant to take, and the reunion with our star would be anything but gentle. The real drama isn't the darkness, it's the gravity. Let's set the stage. The moment the sun vanishes, two fundamental things it provides disappear along with it: its light and its immense gravitational pull. But here's the first twist: neither of these effects is instantaneous. Both light and gravity travel at the same speed, the cosmic speed limit, the speed of light. This means we get a grace period. For a full 8 minutes and 20 seconds after the sun has blinked out of existence, life on Earth would continue, completely, blissfully, unaware. People would be sitting in traffic, grabbing lunch, watching the clouds go by, all under the warm glow of a star that is already gone. Then, the first shoe drops, the light vanishes. One moment, brilliant sunshine. The next, a darkness so profound it has no earthly comparison. This isn't just nighttime. Night is never truly black. You have the gentle reflected glow of the moon, the faint light pollution from cities creating a haze in the sky, the distant pinpricks of countless stars. This would be different. The moon would go dark, instantly becoming an invisible rock in the sky. All the planets in our night sky, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, would vanish as their light is just reflected sunlight. The only light left would be from the impossibly distant ancient stars of other galaxies and our own artificial city lights, which would suddenly seem terribly fragile against an ocean of perfect black. Imagine the collective global gasp, the confusion, the fear. For 1 second, every human on the daytime side of the planet would be plunged into the deepest abyss imaginable. Then, just as suddenly, the sun is back. The light returns. But the chaos has just begun, because we haven't dealt with the gravity yet. Back at the 8-minute and 20-second mark, at the exact same moment the light disappeared, the sun's gravitational tether to the Earth also snapped. Think of it like you're swinging a ball on a string. The string is the sun's gravity, constantly pulling the Earth towards it, forcing our planet into a curved circular path we call an orbit. For that 1 second of absence, the string is cut. The Earth, which is hurtling through space at a blistering 30 kilometers per second, that's about 67,000 miles per hour, is suddenly untethered. It no longer has a central point to orbit, so it does the only thing it can. It continues moving in a perfectly straight line, like a stone flung from a slingshot. In that 1 second of freedom, Earth travels approximately 30 kilometers, or about 18.6 miles, off its original orbital path, venturing into a region of space it was never meant to occupy. Then, the sun reappears, and the string is reattached. This is the main event. This is the moment of planetary devastation. That 30-kilometer deviation is a colossal error in the precise mathematics of our orbit. The sun's gravity doesn't just gently nudge us back, it snatches the Earth with unimaginable force. The entire planet would experience a jolt, a planetary-scale whiplash that would trigger a cascade of cataclysms. First, the ground beneath our feet. The force would send a shock wave through the entire planet. This wouldn't be an earthquake measured on the Richter scale. It would break the scale entirely. We're talking about a global quake, where the entire crust of the planet shifts and rings like a bell. The ground itself could experience liquefaction on a massive scale, where solid Earth begins to behave like a liquid. Buildings, bridges, entire cities would collapse into rubble in seconds. Simultaneously, the planet's oceans, which have also traveled 30 kilometers off course, would be violently yanked back. The inertia of trillions of tons of water would be astronomical. It would create sloshing on a global scale, triggering tsunamis of a size that defies imagination. We're not talking about a 30-meter wave. We're talking about a wall of water, hundreds, perhaps thousands of meters high, scouring entire coastlines and pushing miles inland at the speed of a jet. And deep below, the planet's molten heart would feel the squeeze. The immense, sudden stress on the Earth's mantle would be like squeezing a tube of toothpaste. Magma chambers in supervolcanoes like Yellowstone, which are already under immense pressure, could be triggered simultaneously. The sky, already darkened by the dust from global earthquakes, would be choked with volcanic ash, potentially blocking out the newly returned sun and plunging the planet into a volcanic winter. But let's say humanity, somehow, survives the initial jolt. The Earth is still in one piece. We are not safe. The 1-second journey changed our trajectory, and our new orbit would be our slow, lingering death sentence. We would no longer be in our cozy, nearly circular orbit. That 30-kilometer displacement would have shifted us into a new, unstable, and far more elliptical orbit. This means our distance from the Sun would now vary wildly throughout the year. We would have a point of closest approach, the perihelion, and a point of farthest approach, the aphelion. This would give us seasons of unimaginable extremes. During our new closer summer, temperatures could soar high enough to boil rivers and bake the soil, making agriculture impossible. Then, as we swing out to the farthest point of our orbit, we would enter a deep freeze winter, potentially cold enough to freeze carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. Ecosystems would completely collapse. The delicate balance that has allowed life to thrive for millions of years would be shattered. And the chaos wouldn't be limited to Earth. Every single planet in our solar system would have experienced the same 1-second release. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, all of them would have flown their own distance on a tangent before being yanked back by the sun's reappearance. The entire beautifully predictable clockwork of our solar system would be gone. Planets would be on new, slightly altered, chaotic orbits. The long-term stability we take for granted would be replaced by a game of cosmic billiards, where planetary collisions or ejections from the solar system become a terrifyingly real possibility over the coming millennia. So, what if the sun vanished for just 1 second? The darkness would be a fleeting moment of confusion. The real horror would be the aftershock, a planet-shattering jolt, a new orbit leading to an uninhabitable climate, and a solar system thrown into disarray. It's a powerful thought experiment that highlights the profound, delicate, and utterly essential gravitational bond we have with our star. We exist on a cosmic knife's edge, in a perfect balance that we can only hope never ever falters, not even for a second.